And welcome back, everybody, again to the Val AM pre-show presented by GLG. I'll be host with either Ravish, the most ravishing man on the internet. And I'm joined here by some of the smartest people I know, and these three people, of course, I being Vincent, Strive, and Endless, man. Welcome aboard, amigos. Just jokes as always. You guys are extremely handsome individuals, which can never hope to compare to. And y'all are on Firehead, which is why I brought you all here today, completely by myself, and nobody else said I should do this at all, of course. It's all on me, but I'm just playing firstly. I'm just gonna feel for the room. How y'all doing? Mister, I'm gonna start with you. I want you to give me 5 words or less. How you feeling?
5 words or less. That's hard. Okay.
That's already five. You're done.
I'm
Cool.
done.
Strive, what's
Done.
up with you, bro?
Feeling absolutely amazing tonight, Ravish.
Cool. That's six, but I'll let it go because it was nice.
Feeling absolutely
Uh,
what? It was five.
feeling
All right.
Man.
absolutely amazing tonight, Ravish. You're right. See, this is why I don't do math on stream.
Y'all gotta start counting on stream, folks.
And finally, ending off with you, Ellis. What's up, bro?
Let's do this, baby.
Let's
Nice.
do this, babe. Hey, that's four. Hey. All right, I'm already impressed by you all, bro. Of course, the point we all come here today is to talk a little bit about, hey, if y'all haven't watched all of our, I haven't watched all of our qualifiers presented by four absolutely amazing teams. Firstly, why? What you doing?
Come on.
What do you have better do on like a Monday, Tuesday, maybe Friday, Saturday night? Stop this. I probably nothing. So go back and watch all the VODs because all those teams are absolutely fantastic. Many of them were casted by many of us too. So hey, thank God for those. Thing number two, if you haven't, that's okay too, because now that you watch all the VODs and you're all caught up, we're here to summarize all of the teams that are going into this qualifier and is happening next week. I mean, this week. Thursday and Friday. So
It's this
y'all,
week, guys.
yeah, that's what I
Oh.
said. This week. That's why I make sure to say that. Right? It's happening today. No, it's not.
No, it's not. But it is happening Thursday, Friday. So
It is
to
happening
get
this
the
week.
actual date for once.
Yeah, exactly. It's happening the March the 11th and the 12th. You can find all the streams and more at GLG Gaming Lounges on our Twitter, our Discords, and everything. Go ahead and join up. Find all the information there. It'll probably be casted by many of us too. So it's hey, it'll be such a good time. Something you don't want to miss. So with all that we're getting out of the way, let's dive into all the teams that make it, how they make it, and just give our own personal chutzpah on what we think is going to be popping though. Right off the bat, let's talk about Zero Marksman, gentlemen. A ZMM have been a staple in the overall GLG scene, and they've been on the rise so far. They've looked quite good in the overall qualifiers. I believe in the qualifier that they actually hosted themselves, they were fourth in the qualifier, which is how they made it, which is on February the 15th and the 16th, losing to Sakura Storm, which we'll get to later on. With Vincent, start off with you, your thoughts on ZMM, and then going into today's tournament. Well, this week's tournament.
I mean, let's just be honest. They have a great manager, and that's a wrap. Our very own. But other than a great manager, I think that this team, for me, the problem is that I they're a good team. Like they don't lose against teams that they are favored against. Like they're very consistent. But the problem is that means that they usually don't have a ton of upset potential, and I think that them getting here is honestly really impressive in and of itself. So I
Mhm.
I don't know that I'm going to be expecting them to go super duper far, but I think it's really impressive that they've gotten here.
Hmm. All right. So you're impressed by them. You think that maybe they're like, but the question is though, Strive. Do you think once since they did make it to the qualifier, are they going to be able to put up some competition? Of course, that's Rap's not going to see this. Be honest.
That's what I was gonna message us right after this and slap me
Yeah.
across the face on a reel though. But um no, keeping it honest, I mean Zero Marksman has been a very notable competitor in this tournament, like the gentlemen here have touched on so far. I mean, they've popped off on some of the biggest names. I mean, they've had some tough losses. They've lost to Take Flight, if I'm not mistaken, in uppers and lowers at one point, or just lowers. And for
Mhm.
me, Take Flight has been a team that's just been impeccable to watch. So, do I think that they can make an impact? 1,000,000%, right? The difference here now being in the big beans, $2,000 on the line too for this event. It's going to be a lot of pressure. So we're going to see. We want to see the best of all these teams, and I truly think Zero Marksman is a polished all around team that can definitely compete here and at least go more than halfway through before getting into some real turmoil.
Hmm. Endless. Are you in the same boat as your duo?
I gotta be in the same boat here because I mean, Zero Marksman again.
That's a rep is
They
listening. Be
have
careful.
made it. I know, Alan. I mean, you're gonna hear this, but you're gonna shape the team up. I believe it. And this is the kind of push you might need. So we're gonna give it to you. But I think Zero Marksman, they definitely are a really notable team to the point where they can fend for themselves. But keep in mind, like Strive has been saying, Take Flight did take them out in uppers and lowers. So when that's the case, and Take Flight is in this invitational as well, and they've qualified, they have to take them out as well. So aside from that, Take Flight isn't even the most notable team that is in the invitational as well. So I
Yes, sir.
feel Zero Marksman, they can get it done, but it's gonna be a journey. It's gonna be a uphill battle for sure.
Hold on, guys. All right, I feel like we're just being a little nice here because Zero Marksman they've only beat in any games that I can find, they've only beat one team that is currently in this tournament, and they've lost to every other team that they've played in who's in this tournament. Like, and the one team they beat is Seeker, and I mean no disrespect to Seeker, but I think they could be the weakest team here. So I just really don't know that I'm on board with what you guys are saying. You know, it's difficult. As much as I love That's a Rap, man, he's a great guy. Like,
Yeah,
bro.
hello,
just,
Alan. Yeah. What's up, man? How's it going, bro?
What?
Yeah, no.
Wait,
Everything's good. It's all good, bro.
How,
All right, bye,
yo,
bye,
is
peace.
that
Yo,
is that my
hold
best
on.
friend Alan, bro? What's going on, baby?
yo, no,
Oh.
Alan. Don't listen to Ravish. Hello. Yeah, okay.
Yo, Alan, shut up, bro. This is
Wait,
me.
wait.
Alan,
Alan's
shut up, buddy.
actually gonna see this. I didn't know you guys were serious. I changed my prediction. Zero Marksman, I think they're gonna win this event.
Oh, okay. Apparently, I'll just stand out here alone.
No.
then.
I can see where you're coming from, though, Vincent. In all honesty, right? It's tough competition here, right? I can totally see backed by data and back, let's say, by true, situation of who's in, who's not in, and their wins. Yeah, Seeker is the only one that they've had a win against, and yeah, they're here. But I can see where you're coming from, and I respect that side of the opinion too. Zero Marksman, a team to watch. To summate, but I think they're going to have some tough competition given the history that they've had and obviously who's here against them so far. So it's going to be interesting to see, but definitely a great team. We can't deny it. They've come this
Oh,
far,
yeah.
right?
100%.
And I don't wanna say that Zero Marksman will win this thing. Sorry, Alan. As much as you want to pay me to say this, I can't say it. But I'm gonna say that they have improved drastically since they qualified. I've seen some of their results
Okay.
lately, and I mean they've done pretty well. So I'm hoping that their team chemistry has kind of come together a little bit more.
For sure.
But like I said, there are a lot of very, very good teams here. And I mean, again, them only beating Seeker and some of the teams that maybe they haven't even played against them before,
Yep.
there is a chance that they can make a good run, but it's gonna be extremely difficult to win this
Yep.
thing.
Agree.
So let's move on forward. Like
Let's plug
I
Ravish.
mean, like I'm like, if I'm being real, like no, fam, it's like your Zero Marksman, bro. Like you're straight up. They have a lot of work to do. Like they're decent. That's just and that's really well started and it too. Because look, we know the teams that are in this, and we got some sick heavy hitters out here. So with ZMM on the board, though, I think they have to work really hard and they have to come up with some sick strats to be able to make it all the way at least the playoffs of this. But that's where I leave that. So, with all that being said, let's move on to that's contenders that being on the way. These guys as well, like we've seen them day in and day out. They were first within Spectre League's qualifier, right? That we represented. So it's like, so they're quite decent. This time I'll start off with you here, Endless. What do you think? Actually, wait. I see a hand in the back. I see a hand. Let me see that hand. What's up, baby? What's up?
I'm being polite and everything. I'm raising my hand. Teacher Ravish, please pick
Hi,
me.
hi. You in the back?
Hi,
Second
yeah,
man.
hi. I want to comment on this one because this one's a big deal. I think Endless, you and I were touching on this a little bit before with the gang, and that's the position that J. Cruel has now taken, right?
Oh, yeah.
J. Cruel has departed Sakura Storm and moved over to On the Way. Now, J. Cruel is a player that was absolutely monstrous and for me goes back, way back when. So I can say and let's talk about, who the situation and obviously On the Way sends J. Cruel. has won against Sakura Storm in previous events as well. But looking at it, I think for me, On the Way is a team to watch. Like, these guys are monsters. They have such good fragility as a squad. They've beat Illusion Gaming. They've beat Take Flight as well. I mean, and you look at it, they were undefeated, if I'm not mistaken, through their upper bracket, and they were first in the Spectral Esports qualifier. So, like, let's just take a moment to appreciate that on its own. The same way that we kind of say, oh, well, you know what? You say Zero Marksman just beat Seeker, and they're the only ones that are here. I can say if these guys went undefeated in their upper bracket, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it certainly is. And kind of to add on to that, like, just to give people an idea, like, J. Cruel is a really good player,
Yeah.
and Guck, the player that J. Cruel is replacing, um, like, Guck wasn't having an issue at the level that this tournament's at. Like,
Yeah.
to be clear, I think I have to imagine looking at this at the stats at least. Now, I'm definitely drawing conclusions here, where I don't necessarily have all of the information, but I have to imagine that, like, they're replacing Guck to beat, like, NRG, who they lost to and took a map off of in the Challengers 3. Like that's the kind of games that they're looking to upgrade for. It's
Sure.
not games in this sort of level. On the Way has consistently been at the top of this kind of tier 2 back when they were Phoenix 1, back when they were known as Easy 5. Like, I think Strive, you hit the nail on the head. A team to watch. They're so fun to watch too. And then J. Cruel, like, that's a player who's coming from CS:GO, was a pro in that game, played
Yep.
on E United. Like, it's got some aim. Let's just put it that way. I mean,
No,
Endless,
for
I know
sure.
you know about him too. Like, it's just mind-boggling.
And to kind of touch upon what everyone has said so far, On the Way would be my favorites going into winning this whole thing. Reason being, for one, J. Cruel was a pro since Counter-Strike Source, and we actually made it to pro at this on the same team. And the season we actually made pro, we didn't play together. But since then, I didn't expect him to come back. He did take a break for a while, came back in CS:GO later on in the game and went pro there. And now, I mean, he finds himself on another tier 2 team, which I think this is one of those teams where, some we can kind of hesitate. Are they tier 2? Are they tier 3? Are they kind of in between? But On the Way, I feel like, is a solid tier 2 team.
Yeah.
They have contended with a lot of top teams in the past. And I mean, you also got the likes of Stan, for one, right? He's been a CSGO pro as well
Yep.
for who knows how long. And then on top of that, Governor, Leviathan, those two players, I mean, they do a lot in comps. And you can just see their teamwork together. They're on the same page. And just the quality of play style they have together and what they've been able to achieve as a team, I think these guys are definitely my favorites to win it.
Preach.
Bro, Governor and Leviathan too, along with that Breach Jet combination that I've seen time in and time out, is so gross. Like, literally, Governor hops in being a jet drone, probably gets a pick or two, and I've seen this like I don't know how many times that I sent because everybody always plays Ascent. Please play a different map.
Pretty
For
please.
God's sakes.
We
Like,
beg you.
literally anything else. But but that aside, yeah. I've seen them do this time in and time out where they hop in the breach flash to the jet goes in, gets a pick or two, probably dies, but then they know the entire position, sight is clear, the spike is down, and they manage to hold every time. Like, On the Way is so good. And so, and y'all are 1,000% right. With the addition of J. Cruel, as long as they're meshing well, that should be absolutely safe because you got to remember, like, new player, new strats, new team, new dynamic too. It takes a little bit for them to adjust, but yeah, I've been together for a little bit, so I'm hoping by this Thursday things will go rough. Things will go quite smoothly, in my opinion. But I am genuinely excited to see what these guys bring out.
Me too, man.
I agree. See, thank you. I'm glad we're on the same page. Appreciate it.
Anytime.
Yeah. Well, I just want to add, Ravish, real fast.
No.
That, no, I'm not allowed. Okay, I'll just
Next.
it's just literally
Veto.
beat up on Vincent today. Okay, fine, guys, I get it. No. So, like, to be fair, though, I think that they are going to be playing with the stand-in, or at least a tryout in this event, because when they removed Guck, they were still like, because TCAS was on this roster at some
Yeah.
point. And so I don't know if it was TCAS left. Like, there's not a lot of, like, public info that at least I could find about it. But they're still missing an official rostered fifth, from what I can tell. and I would assume that Linty, Linte, who's on the Battle 5 page, is going to be standing in or trying out one of the two. That's the only question mark for me, because otherwise, I'm with you, Endless. I'm like, yeah, on the way to win, like at
Yeah,
least definitely
I
among the
did
favorites.
see I did see TCAS make a post or something like that about him parting ways with the team. I'm not sure the overall reasoning. Maybe he got a good offer somewhere else, whatever it may be. Um, I think they still will be able to take this. Reason being, just the overall chemistry, and J. Crew and Stan have played together for some time now as well. So overall,
Yeah.
the chemistry and the buddy system that they've shown, like Ravish was saying, getting into sight quick and just holding those post plants to a T, it's going to be extremely hard to kind of beat them.
Hmm. All right, so with all that, let's move on forward to Sakura Storm. Though we've mentioned this team quite a fair bit. Another heavy hitting contender. These guys on their own too are very very good. They did lose on the way, and they came third in esports qualifier, loser take flight as well. So, I and again, not too bad of a team. I've seen these guys in multiple esports tournament. I believe they came second, which was in the I believe the Super League tournaments that happened about a month ago,
Yes.
losing to Dreamland. So like I have seen them improve ever since the first qualifier as well. So I'm excited to see what new strats they're able to bring out. Endless this time. I'll start with you. Your thoughts?
Soccer Storm, I mean, they were a dangerous team coming into the qualifier as well, right? I mean,
Mhm.
they literally only lost to On the Way, I believe, and
Take flight.
I would
Take
take
flight
flight
as
as
well.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I mean, it does take a huge hit that J. Cruel is not on that roster anymore because he did open up a lot of situations for them.
Yeah.
But overall, I have them in my top five. They still are one of the teams that I would say you should be careful of. And on top of that, I mean, $2,000 is going to be on the line, so you can almost guarantee they're coming out swinging.
Oh, top five though? That's so hard for me. The problem is for me, J. Cruel was that roster, and that's
Mhm.
not fair to the rest of the players. I want to keep it in mind that that's the case. But like the fact that they have not played any tournaments at all that I could really find in February, like they played disqualifier and that's it. Like that's all they
Mhm.
played.
Mhm.
That's a little worrying. I feel like they're coming in very they're very cold coming in here, and obviously you would assume that they're practicing and everything. But I don't know. There's that tournament vibe that is a lot more pressure, and whilst these players have a lot of experience in general, I, it really makes me worried for them. I guess is what I'm saying. I think they could do well. I just am worried that they're not quite with it just yet, and so
Mhm.
that's why I'm like, "Ugh, is it quite there for that top five position?" That's where I'm at. It's just really hard
Mhm.
for me, but I think it's possible. Just to be clear, I think it's very possible that they come out swinging and they surprise.
And the reason as well, I mean, we've seen, even though, I mean, me and Strive got to cast a few of their matches during that qualifier, and even though J. Cruel, I mean, there were certain maps where he did not absolutely pop off,
Yeah.
and you still had the likes of Rashura, Mochilla, all those guys being able to hold their own and open up a lot of rounds, even with the absence of J. Cruel. So that's the reason I would like to say they could still be in my top five. And I mean, I don't know where I would place them. Probably it would be the last fifth spot,
Mm.
but I I think they have that experience together to be able to kind of make their mark in this tournament.
Strive, do you
Ravish,
feel the
I'm
same?
gonna I'm gonna just pass it back to you, man.
Oh dang,
All
he's
right.
pleading the fifth.
I mean that's okay. I respect it. I mean, like you trying to save yourself, strive, which like I don't mind it at
No,
all.
these two boys covered it really well. I mean, the
I know, I
gentleman
know, I know,
here,
I know. I'll
sitting
play.
here and
Yeah.
here. Wait, that's the wrong way. It's more like this. It's this. I don't even know what's what anymore. This way, whatever.
That's
I can't
okay.
line this up. These two guys covered
Uh,
it really well. I echo little bits and pieces from both of them, and I agree. They're a notable team. They have potential. It's just a matter of how they're going to fit into this bigger picture of this 16 team event. So all
Yeah.
good here, Ravish, for me.
Thank you, Striver. I appreciate you uh uh reporting out from your lab. This has always been very informational. Right, all right. Okay, so All right. So with all that, so let's move on down to Noble then, right? Now with this here, gentlemen, I do want to try to get so get a couple of faster thoughts from you all because Noble also have like an Indian team, which actually I've been watching it. They're actually quite good, but Noble in this one too, I looked a little bit shaky here, Winston.
Yeah, here's the thing from Noble. Like they are an incredible team in general back when like with what we've seen from them, right? They came first in the Super League that you were referencing a little bit back there, Ravish. They also came second in the NSG January monthly. Like
Mhm.
that had a lot of good teams beating the likes of Sakura Storm at their best. And Blahaj and on the way. So like those are huge big name victors and on top of that, like they're in a position where I think that they are absolutely in the top five of this tournament. I believe, especially with the likes of King, of Minis, of Zek and Jangler. Like these are some
Mhm.
amazing names that have a lot of experience here in not only this roster but back when they were. I'm trying to remember what they were. Was it Phoenix one? I can't remember who this team was prior to this. Um, but they definitely have a lot of big names.
Agree. All around the board, agree.
All
Well,
right.
well analyzed.
All right, cool. I like it. All right, moving on forward though, let's try to because with this right now, I really do want to take a look at the main contenders, right? That we'll
Yeah.
have going into this overall, this massive player tournament. One team which generally sticks out to me, and I've seen these guys go back and forth that I want to bring up is Take Flight, right?
Yeah,
Take Flight.
man.
These guys have been absolute staple. These guys are one of the best teams in the overall tournament, and I believe they're also first in the qualifier too that they were entering as well. So it's like
Second.
yeah, they were second, sorry, and they only lost to On the Way as well. And On the Way is a team we were talking about before. But
Yeah.
Take Flight, do y'all think they've done enough pracs to actually come out and beat On the Way, who I believe we all con- conclusively agree is probably the best team going into it here?
Mm,
Okay, I'll open it up. I'll say yes. Yeah, this is like I think the desk is feeling the pressure on this one a little bit. No, I say yes. They're gonna be interesting to see, right? Like Take Flight is either gonna absolutely pick up with momentum and I think in my opinion roll right to the end, or they're gonna be hit with a brick wall really quickly, and it's gonna be very difficult for them to advance. I think a lot of teams are gonna be bringing it, and despite the wins that they've had and their track record getting to here and the quality of players on that team, and Endless and I, we had the chance to cast a whole bunch of Take Flight goodness too, and we loved every bit of it. But given the battlefield and how tough it is, I think Take Flight's going to be a little bit challenged pushing through this. But I believe for me, Ravish, you said Take Flight, they're in my top five. So yeah, I'll echo some of your words as well.
Hmm.
you
Okay.
know,
All right.
I was gonna say like I'd written down some notes on this team and I was maybe a little bit more out on them than you are, Strive, but now that I'm listening to what you're saying and I'm kind of rethinking my thoughts. So I initially had said that like they're a solid team that doesn't really have glaring weaknesses. That's what I have written down. And they're pretty tactically sound. They're a pleasure to watch. But they typically have lost out to like Project and On the Way. Two teams that we already know were very big names here. Um, but I'm thinking, they could definitely be a dark horse in this. I
Yeah,
think they could absolutely step up and make their way. I think a victory is a little bit out of touch, but I definitely think they could make top four. It would be hard, but I think they could.
with you on that one. Yep.
Yeah. If they're able to make a mark, I'd say they could definitely hit the top four mark. But again, beating teams like On the Way, especially now with their revamped roster, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Very tough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my opinion though.
All
Yep.
right.
let's give
We're
it.
all about it.
I mean, so yet again, like so far on the way is Ready Supreme, which is Oz's opinion, which is completely understandable. But let me throw in one team into the mix too. Well, you want probably just two here. These two guys have also been absolute powerhouses is TLP and Spectral Esports, right? Now, not only did they sponsor, our previous qualifier as well, but they also have been very, very heavy hitters too, not only within here, but also the AM scene. And so from what I've seen between TLP, combining both the rosters into one, and Spectral just being good at the game really does signify to me that they could possibly come out and maybe take second because we all know the way go take first, maybe. But but Vince, starting off with you, man. What are you
S-
thinking?
so Spectral is a difficult spot for me. So they've been kind of not they're great. Like they're a very good team, but and
Mhm.
they smacked all over the Trade Lake Pros qualifier. They were by far and away the best team there. There was like nobody who even was close other than Trade Lake Pros themselves. Um, but I feel like they have some pretty frustrating losses to teams that I don't think they should lose to. They've lost to some pug mixes of like pretty unknown players, and that always does happen in BO1s. That's just the way the scene works sometimes. But I just feel like a team of this skill level really shouldn't be happening with regularity. Um, but for me, it's all about how they bed in here, because they've had a bit of a break. They haven't really been playing a whole lot, and I'm just curious, like who who are they going to take victories over? Because realistically, out of that first qualifier where they beat TLP, they don't have high tier victories against anyone but last round save in this tournament.
I'm gonna jump in and agree with you there. And I think for both these teams, uh, they're gonna have an upward battle as well. I mean, Trade Like Pros, they've had amazing showings as we've seen in the past, but they've also had early exits as well. And I
Mhm.
mean, the consistency to me isn't where they would like it to be. So if they're able to narrow down that consistency, I'd say Trade Like Pros could probably make it a great run for that matter, and put up some potential upsets. But at this rate, because of their inconsistency, I'm gonna say both these teams. I don't think they're gonna hit top four.
Ooh.
Tough. Strive. Opinion? You thinking that like not even top four worthy here, fam?
No, not for me, man.
Damn. Wow.
No, it's just I think we're at the point now where this team, like you guys touched on some really good points. Like it's 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 no longer a walk in the park, qualifier or anything of that nature. Like this is like big stuff. At the end of the day, and the competition is going to be fierce. I don't think TLP is going to be able to fight their way to the top here. To be quite frank with you, it's going to be
Oh,
very tough. If they do it, I mean, by all means. But yeah, I don't think so. It's going to be very tough for Vish.
all
See,
right. So with
TLP.
all that,
I,
what's up?
I was gonna say TLP. The problem is that they removed their IGL, and I just can't see how they are going to recreate that sort of environment that I think Rano really gave them,
Mhm.
um, in in quick fashion. Like they replaced them March 2nd, I think.
Yeah.
It's
Hmm.
like that's just like, or the 4th, one of the two. It's just like a
Very
week ago.
recent.
It's like
So
yesterday,
Yeah.
basically. Like, how can
yeah,
you have confidence after like all that type of chemistry building, and then all of a sudden your IGL is like bye, and it's hard, man. Like, I'm sure it takes a toll on the team. Albeit if an IGL comes in and can call and stomp and also frag out, then okay, but it's
Yeah.
tough.
And that is the overall unfortunate volatility of the tier two scene, right? Because people move, rosters change, people leave. It's like there's no
Yeah,
contracts and stuff. So
yeah,
teams are going to go and players are going to go where they think that they might win or their environment is likely best. Because at the end of the day, man, everybody wants to make it pro. Everybody wants to just get on some tier one organization
of course.
and and and, and make it VCT, right? That's just the dream that we all have personally.
yeah.
Hmm.
So with that, I want to get y'all's top five. I want to hear numbers. Which five teams, in y'all's opinions, are the absolute contenders going into the Valley AM this Thursday and Friday? And listen, I will start with you, man. I know it's tough, but give us your cold, hard CS opinion.
My five top picks,
All right,
not really in particular order, but on the way, I
let's
think
get it.
are my favorites to win it. But the
Okay.
rest would be Lunch Club, Bixa,
Mm.
Last Round Save, and Soccer Storm.
All right.
Now,
Vincent.
yeah,
That's very interesting. So I have a lot of agreement some difference here. I got on the way in there, and this is also in no particular order, because I think it's really hard between these five. So on the way, I've got Noble actually, Bixa, Project, and this fifth spot is really tough for me. And I have to say, it comes down to maybe between last round save and lunch club, and I think I want to edge that out to last round save.
All right, Strive. Finish stuff.
I'll give you no particular order again. For me,
Sure.
Lunch Club, Soccer Storm, Take Flight, Last Round Save, and On the Way.
Ooh.
All right, and then I will close us off with this in particular order. Nah.
Come on.
Come on,
Show us the
Ravish,
pressure.
you can give it to us. Lay it on us, man.
All right, fine.
Come on,
Okay,
come
fine.
on.
I'll be the hot take on you in particular
Let's go.
order. All right, on the way, straight up, no cap. On the way, Soccer Storm, Spectral. All right,
Ooh.
Bixa, and Titan. There you go.
Titan? What?
Titan.
What?
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Are
Right.
you serious?
Call me on this. I got it. I
Ravish,
see it.
Ravish.
I'm visioning
I'm-
it. What's up?
I'm with you because it's funny. So like we started this conversation, I had a certain like thought in my mind. If I
Ugh.
could show you my screen, right below my 5 that I replaced towards the midway of this in my mind, I had Titan on there too. So
Guys.
it's
I
there.
knew
I'm
we
looking
were-
at it. So I can echo where your
Guys.
head is at too, man. I can echo it.
I understand, guys. I understand Titan had a good run during one of the qualifiers, But like,
I'm flabbergasted.
from
Nah,
where?
nah.
Where are these picks coming from?
Dude,
You
dude,
go. Y'all
hold on.
gonna see, bro.
Guys.
You and Strive see this, bro.
dude, I don't understand how you have Titan in there. Because here's the thing. I took a lot of crap. Bet against Titan the entire way when I was hosting. And but here's the thing. They on paper should have lost. They have no notable victories other
But they did.
than depth in their only notable victory is YFP and depth is bad.
Depth is no,
Wow.
yeah. I'll get to that. Depth is not good, and like I've seen them before, and depth has some interesting stories behind them. So like, and that's exactly where I'm gonna stop with that. So,
And was just nodding his head. He's like,
and that will go no further.
Yeah,
but
yeah, just
gentlemen, I just want to get y'all's closing thoughts. I'll allow you 10 words this time. I'll start off with Strive. Let's get it. 10, homie. What you got?
Thank you for hosting, Ravish. I am very excited. That's it. I can't use any more words. No, but honestly,
You used
no.
way too many just now.
Guys, no, honestly, all said and done, guys. Like,
So-
like super quick. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this all pans out. It's all fun when we can sit here and spitball predictions, but it's anybody's game. These teams are all here for a reason, and
Mhm.
it's going to be beautiful stuff. So I'm looking forward to it, Ravish, and thanks for gathering the gang, Ravish, Vincent, and analysts for joining. It was really good, really good. I'll pass it back.
All right, cool. Endless, what's up?
All right, I'm gonna say a little bit of thing, and then I'll give you my 10 words. Okay.
Go.
Again, all of this is opinionated. We would like to see anyone win this thing. It's $2,000 on the line.
Yeah,
All
really.
these teams again are qualified. Any type of upset is possible, but it's in your hands. So, my 10 words: I want to see On the Way win this thing.
Hey,
Hey, there we go.
turn up.
That's
Someone
nice.
listen in class.
Alright. Vincent, what's up, baby?
That was nice. So I want to mirror what Endless was saying there. Like all opinions, and you're welcome to yell at us on Twitter for them.
All day, man.
Yeah.
It's part of the fun, and if we made you angry, well, then it's okay. That being said, it's been a pleasure, folks, and yeah, I'm absolutely loving it, and I don't know if this is 10 words, but I just want to see some awesome Valorant here in the Valley.
Yeah. All right. With all being said, I do want to thank you all for coming. Thank you, Vincent, of course, for putting us together. I gave you your credit where it deserves, homie. But like everybody says, to echo all of that, we're all here to watch some absolutely amazing Valorant. So if you can give that to us, you definitely deserve the victory. So with that all being said, I have Ravish joined by Endless Strive and Vincent. We thank you all for watching, and good luck to you all going into the Valley AM. We hope you all tune in. Take care. GG's and peace.